While I was writing the script for this video, I was curious what the proper medical name is for my condition, so I did some extensive research and came across the terms amblyopia and strabismus. Amblyopia, also called lazy eye, is where a person's eyesight is worse in one eye than the other. Strabismus, also called cross eye, is where one eye deviates from the angle of the other eye. I've been calling my condition lazy eye for my whole life, when technically it's called cross eye, so I'm going to call what I have lazy eye in this video, just so we're clear. So yeah, I have lazy eye. My eye likes to go look at things that my other eye isn't looking at, which I guess makes it lazy. Personally, I think my lazy eye is actually less lazy than my good eye because it actually moves around and tries to look at other things, but whatever. Most of the time, my eyes are together and pointed in the same direction, but sometimes, if I'm tired or not paying attention, one of my eyes will start to drift away and my vision gets doubled and blurry. When I was younger, my eye was weaker and would drift off for no reason whatsoever. So, how was your day at school, honey?
It was fun. We learned about seahorses. Did you know that the male seahorse...
Oh my word, what's happening with your eye? I used to go to an eye doctor who would make me do all these eye tests to try and figure out what was wrong with me. Then they would give me eye exercises to do to make my eyes super buff. I don't remember most of the exercises, but one of them was to focus both of my eyes on a popsicle stick and follow it around. But for some reason this hurt my eyes. Do you know how hard it is to keep both of your eyes on a popsicle stick? I do. It's freaking difficult. When I was in kindergarten, the doctor recommended that I wear an eye patch over my good eye. And of course, 5-year-old me thought this was so cool because I got to look like a pirate. I'm not sure why I wanted to be a pirate, but I remember that I did, and that I thought the eye patch was awesome. The reasoning behind the eye patch was that if I wore it over my good eye, then my lazy eye would have to do all the work, and it would get super buff. And then I'd be able to see normally. Simple, right? The only problem was, instead of making my lazy eye stronger, it made my strong eye lazier. Yeah, so that didn't work. Now I have two lazy eyes. Bonus points for thoroughness. Now, my eyes are all over the place. I have a couple stories about my eyes that I remember, if you want to hear them. So here we go, story time with Jack. This happened in my 6th grade social studies class, and in this class, I sat at a table with 3 other people. Now, I forget 2 of their names, but I remember the one dude's name I didn't like, because I didn't like him. So we'll call him George, and we'll call the other 2 Mary and Liz. So I was sitting in class, doing my worksheet like the good little kid I was, and... "What's wrong with your eyes?" I'm not sure if it was just the way he said it, or if it was my previous disliking of him, but once I understood what he was talking about, I got annoyed. Like, how dare you point out my abnormalities, George? So I decided to be cool and pretend that I had no idea what he was talking about. What are you talking about? Your eye, it's... What? Never mind. George kept glancing up from his worksheet to look at my eyes throughout the rest of class, and in my head I was like, well, now he thinks he's crazy. Then he went to the bathroom and Mary leaned forward. Just so you know, your eye was looking the other way for a second. I think she was concerned that I didn't know about my condition, which was nice of her. So I told the girls about my lazy eye and how I was messing with George. They were totally on board with the idea because George was a jerk. So when he came back, we were all doing our worksheets and I looked up and... It's happening again, look! This time, though, Mary and Liz knew I was pulling his leg. What's happening again? What are you talking about? His eye! Look at his eye! They all looked at my eyes, and I focused them back together. 'Cause I can do that, yay! Which one? That one was looking the wrong way. So we all just exchanged looks like, guess he's crazy, and went back to work. Repeat for a year. In case you're wondering, no, George never caught on. He's learning that he wasn't crazy right now. And George, if you are watching this, I still have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, story 2. I was still in 6th grade, but this was later in the year. I was talking with my friend Ben, and we somehow got on the topic of my lazy eye. So we were talking about it, and I said, oh yeah, I could get my eyes fixed if I get an eye surgery, but if I do, then there's a 33% chance that I die. Okay, let's back up. A few weeks before that, my mom had taken me to the eye doctor for a checkup. Come to think of it, I'm overdue for an eye checkup. I'm probably fine. I don't know the proper term for the place where you get your eyes examined, but I'm going to call it the eye hospital because it sounds cool. So at the eye hospital, they did all their normal tests like reading letters and shining a light in your eye and looking at moving pictures. But after that, they gave me some eye dilation drops and sent me back out into the waiting room. If you've never gotten your eyes dilated, let me tell you, it's a strange experience. I'm not sure how it is for most people. All I know is that whenever I get the drops, my vision gets really blurry and my eyes drift apart, and I can't pull them back together no matter how hard I try. So after 30 minutes, I did the eye tests again, but this time I couldn't see that. After I finished all my tests, the doctor told my mom and I that my eyes weren't really improving. She told us that if we did nothing, three things could happen. One, my eyes would stay the same as they were, sometimes drifting off, most of the time sticking together. Two, my eyes could get stronger until eventually, boom, they'd be normal. Or three, they get worse until one eye was always looking away from the other. In order to prevent option 3 from happening, and fix my eyes permanently, I could get eye surgery! Yay! You're telling me there's something that I could have done to make it so my eyes never drifted off again that involves taking out my eyes, tweaking them a bit with scalpels, and putting them back in? No wonder I've never heard of it. Okay, fast forward 2 weeks. I think I processed the whole 3 choices into what would happen in surgery. Either I'd stay the same, get better, or die, no in-betweens. So that's where I got the 33% chance thing. I ended up not getting surgery and instead just reading. The doctor actually told us that reading would help my eyes grow stronger. So I took that as a personal challenge and started to read as much as I possibly could. And so, yeah, now I can see normally. Okay, 2 things. First, since recording this, I have seen One Piece and now understand my younger self's fascination with pirates. Second, I said that I got my eyes dilated. Technically, I did, but the doctors used a different type of dilation drop that also unfocused my eyes so that they could measure my lazy eye. Yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next world.